Indeed, it's a follow-up of the talk of Xavier. I will also present some identity and access management products, and also try to answer to the question, how can we replace or have interoperability with Active Directory, Entra ID, etc. So the goal is to say, are we forced to use American products for identity and access management? And of course, the most known one is Microsoft. Or do we have something in France or in Europe? Do we have some software that will allow us to regain our sovereignty and do authentication with a product that we know? So that's the question I will try to answer. Indeed, my name is Clément OUDOT. I work at Vortex. I'm one of contributor of several products, and we will talk about this. And if you want to hear some French songs, you can go on Spotify, Deezer, what you want, and look for Captain. And my songs are in Creative Commons. Yeah. Just quick words about Vortex. We are an open source company, mainly on infrastructure, and we are working, of course, on identity and access management. That's why I'm here, but also on other parts of the infrastructure like Proxmox, OpenStack, collaboration, etc. We provide some solution for a collaborative suite, for an identity management suite for infrastructure. Okay, so that's all. So yes, indeed, I would like to talk about sovereignty, and I think the best way to do it is to call the police. So let me just 1 minute. When we want to do identity, there are other approaches as Entra ID. Please forget software non-free. They are full of mystery. We have a rich ecosystem in Europe for IAM. Good products and good companies, so you can stop paying the fees. Sovereignty, sovereignty for ID, for ID. Sovereignty, sovereignty for ID. LDAP, SAML or OpenID. Standard protocols are the key. Open source is the way to go. And not only for SSO. Oh, c'est so lonely, c'est so lonely, c'est so lonely. And sovereignty, sovereignty for ID. Okay, it's your turn. Sovereignty, sovereignty for ID. Sovereignty, sovereignty for ID. Thank you. So my goal is to let you know, of course, I know a lot of you maybe already know the products I will talk about, but it's a view, a list of French or European products that we can use to do identity. The first one is maybe not European. It's a very known product, which is OpenLDAP. It's what you said to do LDAP protocol today. It's the best choice. It really supports high performances and dozens of billions accounts without any problem. Maybe you need to turn 1 or 2 buttons, but it works. It manages password policies, dynamic groups, etc. So for us, it's the the ground, the stack on which we build all our identity and access management. We also work on a software which is called LSC, LDAP Synchronization Connector, which allows to synchronize the users and groups from your human resource database, for example, into your LDAP directory, or if we want to keep an Active Directory and OpenLDAP in the same information system, you can synchronize your users between OpenLDAP and Active Directory, or you can talk to a REST API to provision user to any other identity referentials. So there is no graphical interface on this. It's just scripts that are running and are doing the job to let a new users have their account in the directories. LemonLDAP NG. So Xavier is one of the main developer of it. I work also on this project. For us, it's the best alternative to Entra ID, Okta, on all proprietary single sign-on products. It's more than 20 years old, I think, no? It started in France, in Ministry of Finance, and then in Gendarmerie Nationale, but it's now deployed in every sectors and in, I think, a lot of countries that are using it. What is important is that it does not only do single sign-on, so it's not SSO only, okay? It also do access control, and that's what you said with the way to control which can access to something. It does, of course, now all that you want with second factor or multi-factor authentication, with TOTP, with WebAuthn, with call, send a code by mail or anything else. And it's compatible with standard protocols like CAS, SAML, and OpenID Connect. So of course, CAS is a very old, it's a very old protocol, and we sometimes do not need it anymore, but in some institutions, we still have old applications that are only able to connect through the CAS protocol. So this software is able to deliver some CAS tickets to these legacy applications. SAML, of course, is it's an industrial standard for single sign-on, developed in the middle of 2000 years, and it's still used by a lot of products. And today, the main protocol is OpenID Connect, and we, of course, are trying to improve the support of this protocol in LemonLDAP in every new versions. We note that in this product, we also have an agent, which is called the handler in LemonLDAP, which you can use to protect an application if the application don't know how to talk with CAS or with SAML or with OpenID Connect. We can provide some HTTP headers to the applications, so that's very easy to integrate an application within the LemonLDAP NG, thanks to this agent. And of course, we have some administration tools, so it's not only a command line to configure LemonLDAP. You have a graphical manager to do it. I would like also to present Keycloak because I think most of people know Keycloak, but we have some differences with Keycloak. Keycloak is also a single sign-on server. It's compatible with SAML and OpenID Connect, and it has also a lot of features around OAuth 2. But OpenID Connect is built on top of OAuth 2. So Keycloak was first an OAuth 2 server giving authorization to applications, and then they built the SAML and OpenID supporting Keycloak. So it's a very good product. It's Red Hat. It's what developed by Red Hat. It's now really a community product, but still the community is still driven by Red Hat. But I know that a lot of people in France and Europe are deploying Keycloak. It's still a good solution. It's not the same technology. They are not compatible with the CAS, for example. They don't aim at a legacy application, but they are very performant when you want to integrate a new application with SAML or OpenID Connect. So it's a good solution for this. And to finish this round, 3 little products that we are developing. Of course, still open source and community products. Inside the LDAP Toolbox project, LDAP Toolbox project is a messy project with a lot of things in it. We provide package for OpenLDAP with some script to ease the backup and restore of the data and configuration of OpenLDAP. We provide some monitoring scripts. We provide some exploitation scripts. And we provide 3 little web applications. The first one is self-service password. Maybe some of you know it because it's really, really widely used now. It's a little interface to be able to change or reset a password for an end user inside an LDAP directory. And it's compatible with LDAP, OpenLDAP, and with Active Directory. So you can have a web interface to let users that are not connected to your Active Directory domain to use an extranet and reset their password. The second one is white pages. So it's really like an intranet if you want. You have data inside the OpenLDAP or inside Active Directory. You want let users to search for someone and get their mail and get their phone, I don't know, and they can browse the directory. And the new feature we have in the latest version is the possibility to let a user to edit its own entry. So it's kind of self-service for editing their phone number, for example. And you can let users to change the phone number inside the Active Directory entry through this web interface. The last one is Service Desk. It's really aimed for administrators and support teams. The goal was to let them to unlock an account or reset a password for users that is lost. And now we are able to manage the account lifecycle. So we can now create accounts, modify, delete accounts with these applications. And it's also compatible with OpenLDAP and with Active Directory. So you can now keep, if you need to keep for some time Active Directory, because then you will throw it up thanks to Xavier. But if you need to keep it for one moment, you can use this application and let your IT department create accounts inside the Active Directory through this interface. We also have some dashboards, and it's very interesting because you can install Service Desk, connect it to your OpenLDAP or Active Directory, and have the list of all inactive accounts or all expired accounts, and so you can tidy your directory directly by browsing this dashboard. So it's very, very interesting to have it. Of course, in open source, we have a lot of solutions. These solutions are also something we can use to do identity and access management. Midpoint is European. Fusion Directory is European. Syncope is European. It's Italian. Midpoint is Czech. Fusion Directory is Belgian. Apache Directory is American, but we have a lot of French people involved in this project. So you have the choice. We think the first stack and products that I present are a good solution to first have an identity and access management stack open source to inside your information system, but you can of course switch some components and use another. And to finish this, the goal is to say, okay, my problem is I have Active Directory or I have Entra ID, etc. What can I do? So the first, on the left, the Active Directory, to start to replace Active Directory, of course, you can build your LDAP directory with OpenLDAP and use the LDAP Toolbox tools to have the reset password features, the administrative interface to manage users. Of course, it does not cover all the Active Directory parts, including the GPO. That was the talk from Xavier just before me. But for all the identity management, create users, managing password, etc., you can easily replace Active Directory by this. And if you want to replace Active Directory Federation Services, which is the on-premise single sign-on solution from Microsoft, or Azure AD or Entra ID, which is the SaaS single sign-on solution from Microsoft, you can go with LemonLDAP NG, with Keycloak, and if you really need a SaaS version of these tools, we provide with us, which is the identity as a service built on LemonLDAP NG. So if you don't want to install this software on-premise, you also have the possibility, like you have with Google or with Microsoft, to manage your identity and access in the cloud, like they do. Well, it's the end. Thank you.